will grow up someday. You will get a job. You will be working. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I thought she really loved me. But she ain't nothing but a cute face and a big butt. We see that in the hood all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. All right, you just read Macbeth. So what I would like to know at this point is what modern political situation can you align Macbeth to? What's going on in the world today that's just like that? Anybody? Anybody? Joe.
What's going on in the world today? China's GDP will overtake that of the United States in less than 10 years. The war on terror, or the American colonization of Iraq and Afghanistan, continues, existing for over half my current lifespan on the planet.
So anybody, what do you think about that? Anybody?
In first grade, I asked this girl to marry me. She said she'd have to think about it. I'm still waiting to hear back.
Started dating some drug addict.
That's true.
I don't know, I don't mess with them white girls. Them white girls be doing all types of
She was
drugs.
about to suck my dick, but then the cop rolled up.
Of course it's a difficult question. You have to hear it, comprehend it. Can you even hear what I'm saying?
I used to play football with these two. Now they're both joining the army.
Be exactly like this guy, okay? Do you find the answers on your cell phones? Do you find your answers saying, oh, MG, what are you doing this weekend? Hello?
In sixth grade, I got in my first fight with him over her.
We weren't allowed to have any of that stuff when I was in high school. You know what text messaging was when I was in high school? You'd throw a note at somebody. If the teacher got it, they would read it to the entire class. Joanne, would you go out with me? Check yes or no. I got a lot of notes. Yes.
Has anyone told you you'd make a good teacher?
I am a teacher. Okay. Oh. Has anyone told you you'd make a good student?
No, never.
Notice the look of surprise that's absent from that.
Joey, let's go over something. You're 18 years old and you don't have your chest hair. I find that a little strange.
These two guys are in detention right now.
You like spy me when I'm shirtless? That's
Now
weird.
you like.
The only time I'm ever shirtless
You think
is in the shower.
You think
so.
you're like one of those Italian burritos.
In fifth grade, they used to be my best friends.
Joey Page.
We don't talk much anymore.
I've never said that before.
All right, true story. I went to hear Elie Wiesel speak. You know, the guy who wrote Night, the guy who went through Auschwitz. And he said, and this is true, his friends are always telling him to get a computer. And he said, why should I get a computer? And they say, computers have all the answers. And Elie Wiesel said, yes, but they don't ask any questions. Yes.
What's childbirth like?
I'm sorry.
What's childbirth like?
I'm sure I understand your question.
I really kind of want to know what it's like. I
From
mean,
your personal experience,
yeah.
Mr. Freeman.
Oh, really, dude?
Yes, it is.
You've looked deep into this, obviously. So you planning on
it's
having
just
sex
like-
with your sister? Like, well, I've seen you guys make out before. It was, dude. Like, you guys had too much to drink that night. I was like, Evan, don't do it. You're like, dude, who is that girl? I was like, dude, that's your sister. And you're like,
Dude, this never happened.
and you kept looking.
We have had gender confusion. And let's not forget, I was asked to the prom.
whoa! Step up. That's sexual harassment.
Harassment.
I will contact the authorities.
What are you going to tell them? That you're gender confused?
What does that mean? I'm confused about being accused of being gender confused. But the idea of life and to understand it is subjective, and so I feel like it's much more simpler than it's this big, this big complex idea. I think it is really much more you recreate, and so that's what.
But you're living now.
Yeah. So what
So
else?
I don't have to
there?
build a car to understand what it's like to drive a car. I have to drive a car. So to understand life, you have to live life. As opposed to, if you want to know what it's like to create life, man does play a part in it, but it's, it's a biological process. All right, folks, we're going far afield here. I think we're kind of losing our track. If we could all just bring it back in, I think some folks on the fringes of the conversation are kind of starting to lose interest. And
Dude, you got a boner right now. What the hell is that?
It's completely flat.
What the hell is that, dude? That's weird, man.
did kill King Duncan, but Macbeth in the actual Macbeth was not so much a villain. He ruled for 10 years afterwards and was actually a pretty good king. Ruled Scotland fairly efficiently. However, Shakespeare took the basic concept of killing a king and making Banquo the hero because Banquo was a direct descendant and he wanted to honor James I. He didn't so much borrow as he took inspiration from. I mean, really, is there anything original out there, or does everything stem from something else? I mean, isn't Titanic simply Romeo and Juliet on a big boat? And instead of warring families, you have class warfare? All right. What interested you about Macbeth? I know it bored some of you. But what interested you about Macbeth? At all? Anything? The movie Macbeth. Sub the show Macbeth.
With the bald one.
The bald Macbeth.
Yes.
Okay.
Picard.
Captain Picard is Macbeth. Excellent.
We're still talking about Titanic?
No, we're on Macbeth, people. Titanic
So are we about time to be going down?
Yeah, let's talk about Titanic.
That's a good thing.
Do you know what I saw the other day on Facebook? Somebody posted that it was the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic, and somebody posted, "Oh my God, I did not know that movie was based on a real event." And then they got into a debate about whether or not Kate Winslet should have let Leonardo DiCaprio up on the raft because there was plenty of room.
There was plenty of room. That's ridiculous. She let him go, and she said she would never let him go. She let him go. What is that?
No, that easily.
No, they could easily be floating around it.
No, because remember when he got on first, the thing sank. There's no way both of them.
Yes, there was.
I don't think so.
Okay. The beginning starts out with a little old lady who somehow convinces this Grand Marine Institute to fund millions of dollars to go down to the Titanic to bring up a diamond so she can have a flashback about how she failed to let her poor boyfriend up on the raft and save his life, and in the end, she throws the diamond back in the water.
The fisherman, he's in the morning sun, and the Eskimo peas in the rain.
Nah, if we get by the SRO, we should be cool.
You think so?
Yeah, they're too busy making sure the school doesn't get shot up to care about us.
Yeah, okay. But when we get there, I got something really cool to show you.
Alright, sounds cool. But do you have your car?
No, don't you?
No, I was assuming you did.
I thought you did.
This was your idea.
Well, I don't have my car. I was following you.
I thought I was following you. Oh my god, that's just gonna be our whole lives. One of us is just gonna die and the other one's gonna be like, wait, I thought I was following you.
Well, off to Grandma's house we go.
I got a bus story for you.
Yeah.
The one time I took the bus, it was with Chris and we were skateboarding. And this lady sits next to us and she's a blind lady. She's got the glasses and the cane. And she's like, what's that you got there, a skateboard? And then she told us that a longboarder died longboarding, like fell and died. And she needed a liver transplant or like a kidney transplant. And she got it from him since he died. So she was trying to like relate to us, like, I got a little bit of skateboarder in me.
You see, Swag and I first became friends because of skateboarding. We used to skateboard a lot. We don't anymore.
America! America!
Where's all the black people? Let me see. There should be like something to honor the slaves at least. Seriously, I had no idea this thing was going on today. For old people only. Yes, so.
More steel, let's blue. Bring it back, bring back the blue.
Up.
More steel.
You know exactly.
Yeah.
took pictures for 6 months. And then I asked to do a birthday party. They turned me to my house the last month.
Just chilling. This is how I always sit. Back spasm. Swag on the daily. Gargoyle. Gargoyle.
Those words do not come
What's
out of
up?
my mouth. Those words do not come out of my mouth.
How's it going?
Good.
It's going good. Where are you going?
Well, I was gonna go down to I'm thinking of going down to the library if it's not gonna close till like 5 or 5:30.
Yeah, it's at 5:30.
Close at 5:30? I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna look up some recipes for oatmeal cookies and banana bread made with beans instead of flour. Yeah. Dr. Laws had a show about a year ago that he made chocolate cake with beans instead of flour. And he said you don't taste the beans at all. They just like a luscious, delicious chocolate cake.
What type of beans?
I'm sorry?
What type of beans?
I believe they use navy pea beans, if I'm not mistaken.
Are those hard to come by?
Oh no, they're easy to come by in supermarkets.
What did you say?
Good.
Great Northern beans and navy pea beans are the most common types of beans. The cake, believe it or not, is a luscious, gooey, chocolatey tasting cake. It tastes very good, believe it or not. You don't taste the beans at all.
Don't taste the beans at all?
You don't taste the beans at all. I remember when I was your age. I'm sure.
What's getting through? Why are we here? Why are... Oh, okay.
I still don't know. Can you tell me?
Can I tell you why? No, you need to figure it out for yourself. You need to weigh all of the evidence. And I know it's hard because your brain isn't trained to do it. Find one answer on the internet for me. One answer. Not fact, but one answer. Why are we here?
My second grade teacher, Miss Bain, asked my class the very same
I'll leave
question.
that up to you.
I responded, raising my hand. We're here to die.
To learn what?
Actually, I'm a bot.
I was laughed.
You guys are gonna hang with your papa and
I was
uncle
thrown
and
out of
almost
class.
kind of dodge out.
You know how I tie my shoes?
You know how to tie your shoes? I don't know how to tie my shoes.
You actually do. Your shoes are tied right here. Okay, then you're really weird. You should go back to a kindergarten.
I should.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, he doesn't even know how to tie his own shoes. Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
You actually do. Good job.
Yeah, right.
You're trying to trick us. About the juices, yeah, we're crazy.
What?
You're crazy.
I really cut it out.
You Alvin.
I'm crazy.
Yes. Who likes Alvin? One thing that makes you crazy is you can't tie your own shoes. Guess what? Guess what?
Tell him
What's
try
the
again.
fifth
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
You're all these supposed to say that when they say
back, man. Just hold me back.
Alright, guys, let's go. Yay!
There was nobody on the bus.
I know. I remember when I was your age, things were a lot brighter.
Wee wee pee pee.
Because he married in 1925.
Did you take a lollipop?
That was me. Taking one. It should be jingle bells, jingle bells. Jingle bells. Yeah. You know what? There's little pieces on the
In 9th grade, me and Swag came up with a theory.
I've never played before.
Our theory was that if the universe is infinite, then there are infinite possibilities, combinations, and outcomes. The reasoning was that if you have 5 numbers, then there are 120 different combinations of those numbers. The same algorithm would work with everything, because the universe was infinite. There could be billions upon trillions of different Earths that look a lot like ours, and some that look very different, and some where the Earth doesn't even exist. One Earth where I didn't stop playing the marimba in 7th grade, one Earth where I am a published author, one Earth where I am exactly the same as I am now, except some guy in Paraguay didn't get hit by a bus today, and one Earth where my dad pulled out. We agreed that every combination, every yes or no, 1 or 0, positive or negative energy that has ever been, has every possible outcome existing. Somewhere out in the wild blue yonder. The thought of knowing that I am merely one unique variation out of a billion other timelines that make up the 4th dimensional Rubik's Cube that is myself is something that has always comforted me and justified my laziness and shortcomings, because somewhere there is a me who isn't any of those things. No matter what, there isn't a me exactly like me in the universe.
Touch this one.
If I die in 7 days, I'm gonna be pissed.
No, it looks good, it'll be good. I promise you won't die in 7 days.
I don't want to die in 7 days.
Oh, you don't. I hate it when you watch an old movie that you used to like, and you watch it again later, and you don't like it as much, or it doesn't connect with you the same way. I hate it because you know that the movie hasn't changed, just you have. Just you have.
Today is Timothy's birthday party. This is Michael. Getting dressed to go out.
It was fun while it lasted.
I'm done.
So, dude, high school's ending. We made it through 4 years. You had an epic 4 years, let's be honest. I mean, you came out of the closet.
That didn't happen.
You are now a registered sex offender, which isn't too great, but hey, you know, you did what you did, and hopefully you're getting over that.
Okay.
But in the end, you know, I'm still here. I'm your friend. I'm not your boyfriend. Don't get weird on me.
All right.
But hey, I've been your boy ever since.
Tell me, I am the world. How do these get so untied?
I mean, going off on the topic of technology being distracted, I'm not blaming anyone, but we were given that stuff. Like, that's how we were taught to communicate with each other, and that's how we've grown.
You know, you're an okay guy. You're not a man, because I'm a man, you're not.
Like especially like modern day parents, like younger parents, who got sort of lazy with parenting, so they put their kid in front of the TV. That's how we grow up. And I don't think you can really blame anyone. I think that that's just how we were taught.
Now, I read an article about the difference between what we would call a digital immigrant and a digital native. Have you guys heard of this at this point? Okay. I am a digital immigrant. I was not born into a technological world. I came into a technological world, and therefore, it's not part of my everyday life.
Right. Let's make things happen.
Time to grow up, man.
Real husband.
This is great. Oh, dude.
You guys, you make an excellent point. You're born into it. You are raised with these devices. But this is the point that I think we're trying to make, is that these devices do not replace your life, do not replace your brain, do not replace your experiences. They should be used to enhance them.
Yeah, see you in a few months, bro, after you fail out of college.
I'll visit you in jail.
Got something cool to show you, man.
What can be done to make you the master of the device instead of vice versa?
Tricky one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tough, isn't it?
I'll just Google it later.
Yeah. Good idea. Like when you think about it.